cheese curds and shit. It's gonna be so good. And then what you can do is you can tip your bartenders and servers significantly, because they've had a pretty shit pandemic, and they could use the extra money, I'm sure. So please, please, please tip your server. And with that, yeah, masks, tip, support each other, be nice. I'm gonna welcome up the amazing Frankie Allen. Give it up.
Better than that? Come on. That's for me. I'm telling you, it's raining. It's a blessing to be here. So I'm so glad to see all of you all. Y'all ready for some just wonderful poetry? Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of nervous.
You're doing great. You're a star.
I missed you, Mike. I missed you so much. I missed you. First, the man with the shoes. I mean, his shoe game is on point. Please welcome Princess. Come on.
So, in honor of Kimberly Casey being our feature this evening, I'm going to completely bastardize one of her old poems.
Yeah.
The title of this piece is Escape Artist, and it's in her very old chapbook, Learning to Love Inkers, which we have in the back at our little mini store.
There's only one left. Limited supply, guys.
There's one hard copy left, there's 2 soft copies.
There's only 3 left, guys.
There is a late night diner, kissing salt water wounds from my faint fingertips as I once again run from the things I was chasing. I'm sorry for the way the scars you didn't give me still made you feel my violence. But I'm not sorry to wear them proud for surviving. You were new paint on a cracked sidewalk, and I wanted so badly for you to beat brittle, and you wanted so badly to live neatly. And so, I was saving seats, watching costs, and waiting for your new, better ending, to steal your smiles, to show you the new way home. And because I've done that, I'm also going to screw up one of my own pieces for all of you. So, this is Catoptromancy. Taking my glasses up as they're falling off my face. To the cold gilded eye, he exists in twilight, the corpuscular entity lost to the waking. He stands amidst a desert, straddling cracked islands, questioning the stability of something so broken. And from his lament, he bears 3 besotted imps, feathered and beaked, cawing a breast flesh made ossuary. Look, laugh, gawk at the boy with the raven-corded crown, unaware how close to the grave he stands. Caress his graying cheek, kiss his rotten warm his touch, while sliding a knife across his gut. Carefully remove his abdomen, swing in his stomach, and debauch his liver. Once sated, hold his battered hands, place thimbles on his tips, but do not teach him to sew. Instead, unspool your thread into small knotted piles that he must untangle before he can mend. The boy will forgive and forget until the sun becomes a ghost, a glass memory framed in gold, reflecting fresh wounds and remaining in litany, flayed and stitched, flayed and stitched, flayed and stitched. Thank you.
First one's haunted memory. Take my energy like remembered memory, peeking through shaded crevice. Haunted corners can hide the most interesting things sometimes. Funny how sunlight moves moods and how darkness can persuade pain. Afraid of the forgotten unseen, others will pass by everything. But did you know? I am the bright red light, burning spirit fire eternally. And when you look inside, if you dare to try, you'll find my diamond days strung up like the widow's web, self-deprecating lies said with permanent intent. Buried beneath these silken thoughts, skull piles lay beside white walls painted red. Remember what I said. Haunted corners can hide the most interesting things sometimes. And I wrote this recently. It's generally about I guess mental health. It's pretty broad, but yeah. It's called Sinking Upstream. I was lost again for a short while. Soaked toxic streets sweet with rain. My return to sanity like a long gasp of fresh air. I tried so hard to breathe while drowning, but the force of waves made sure I stayed stuck in the perilous spiraling, also known as my mind, continuously sprinting from past future time. I'll get there, I swear, my pixie-scented serenity. I like to say often how great I feel in the moment, especially when I decide everything's fine. Like I won't get injured again along the way again. But I did again. The darkest of my thunderstorms are only pages away. I'm scared of saying them out loud, but writing it down sounds even worse. I'm expecting the pen to take a mind of its own, relentless terror that can't be controlled. I'm afraid broken words will hold too well. Oil slick black pages that won't tear. The strength of poisonous memories. Impervious to deleted changes I try to bring. I'm taking the time to see out my pain. Babysit it like a demon child I hate. When my manifested evil wakes, tosses my progress in a fireplace, that place. I go when I want to burn alive. Willingly I step to it every time. Taking pride in my sublime scorched skies. All this being said, I'm not done yet. I've got too many words to read, chapters upon chapters to write. 4 or more symphonies to memorize at least. I'll take a couple quick serotonin hits to get me running back to my feet. I want to see the betterment of me. It can only be so far. I'm almost there, I think. Thank you.
Once you're walking around, be mindful of keep your mask on. If you're eating, of course, you don't eat through your mask. Don't do that. Don't drink through your mask.
pulse, shimmering breath, swelling green and bright in the salty air. Deep red sun admiring his aspect in sweating aluminum. My father puts on another song. My mother seldom drinks, but today she will have another beer with me. The boat rocks. We rock. Time folds and slips this snapshot into our pockets. After 3 years, when I return, none of us will be the same. And I'm gonna do one more. I actually did this when we were doing everything online, but I kind of like it, and I felt like I didn't get to really do it because I didn't get to stand up here and be nervous about it while I was doing it. So I'm gonna do it again. It's called Boy. Sad, almost sacred, breath blue as velvet, a secret in my belly. That old kiss, like a steel marble, dark and brilliant, impossible to digest. And that's all I got. Thanks.
You all know we on social media sites, right? Check us out. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You will be uplifted if you are following us on Out Loud. You won't be disappointed. You will stay abreast. Like I said, and the things that they're posting now, oh my goodness. It is so good. It is so uplifting. You'll get a laugh, you get a chuckle, you get inspired. So please be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the social media sites. The next person up is, let me see, is it Millie St. Waters? Did I get that right? Yeah! All right, I typically write really short poetry, so I'm just going to sort of string it together. I'm just a heartbeat and some fire iron oxidized, but don't you think I wish I could be calm sometimes? A standstill kaleidoscope steps, tree sap in line. Will I be a woman or a moment in time? Step lightly on the houses, rooftops, step lightly, be up high and at home. Where you go, go lightly, step softly, these are houses, they don't have nothing but bones. Like a wound that always wanting wine, I am not a good home to myself sometimes. Star sower, show me your dimes, put them on my eyes and lay me down. I'll help you be a shelter for yourself, but rattle at wolves in my own bones. You can throw your stones at them all you want, but you will never send them cold. Not with eyes like that. He didn't come here wanting your forgiveness. It was your innocence he asked for with his hands. It was all the earnest willow branches shucked from him in mass, with mass, at mass. With the weight of it, you gotta wonder. It's bending down on all of us, buckling in, bringing things on into orbit while we are fraying at the edges underneath, tossing things on in the air, surely on a dime. Heads we stay and tails we run into the woods to save our lives. Alright, I have one more short one. When life does not do as you say, make like eagles and lie on the earth in the sun. Take off your feathers one by one, delicately place them around you like an audience to your woes. Be still enough so you feel the world turn, content in the largest ellipses you'll never see. Sun in your eyes and stones in your feet, take a deep breath and let the turn be. Your first time reader? All right, go ahead. Yes.
second half, so I'm going to read 2 and 3. Twins for Vila. 1, 1924. When you took ill at 7, scurvy was suspected. Legend had it you had every orange in Sevier County. At first, they said it must have been a treat. Something you'd only see buried under Christmas stockings, rare, like ice cream or an airplane overhead. You lay in bed and sucked them dry. As time passed, you grew tired of sweet citrus, the stinging in your lips, the strings between your teeth. You asked for milk instead, warm in the pail. When the fruit failed and the milk began to curdle in the heat, your sister placed pennies on your eyelids. It took 3 weeks for the doctor to come and pronounce you dead. He didn't think it was scurvy at all, said it was leukemia, a word your parents had a hard time spelling. They said there just weren't enough oranges. 2, 2011. When your eyesight began to go, you relearned all the poems you had memorized as a child. Rote learning has its place, you said. You worried that your great-grandson might come sooner than predicted, and when he was born early, you weren't surprised. You told your children that you didn't mind going into the hospital, but that you wouldn't be coming back out. At your funeral, we heard a story that 85 years ago, we put pennies over your dead brother's eyes. Okay, give me another number.
53.
Thank you for that very enthusiastic 53. All right, Inauguration Day for my niece, Sharon Magdalena, on her first birthday. You came between snowstorms under dull skies and bare branches, and the temperature in Callaway stayed below freezing for 3 days after you were born. We drove 740 miles over icy roads to meet you, see your chubby pink cheeks and touch your tiny fat toes like candy, too sweet and too small to take seriously. You were named after the grandmother you'll never know, and Mary Magdalene, saint of women, whose 7 demons, whether sin or sickness, were drawn from her body. Today, Callaway is 48 and rainy. You will celebrate without understanding why, with cake and cousins. Meanwhile, a man will place his hand and take an oath, another party taking over. While your family cheers for you, millions will cheer for him. Millions more will mourn his ascent. Oblivious to this, you'll squeeze pink frosting between your chubby fingers, giggle with the goosh and lick banana cake off your knuckles. Today, thousands of women will load themselves onto buses, heading toward the Capitol. As the sticky remnants are washed out of your hair tonight, they will move steadily, converging from north, south, west. In the morning, they will march. You will wobble, waddling after dog, cat, or brother. The women are mothers. They are aunts and grandmothers, sister, wife, daughter. They are poets and teachers and doctors and farmers and
6:30. So, if I messed your name up, please correct me. Is it Alexis Christakis?
Alexis.
Just say Alexis, okay? Well done.
Alright, I have two poems. This first one is called Crown. Sometimes I catch myself in the mirror and am surprised. I am a woman and I am both unsure when that happened and can't believe it took so long. Sometimes I catch myself in the mirror and am surprised, am filling, am complete and completing. More often I feel myself, my heavy body, my heavy ideas, and am in shock. This body of mine has never done or been this before. Can I carry this world upon worlds? Will I give it to the waste, to the cosmos, to the stars or dust? What am I? I filled with the time. I didn't ask for this, but I too am a circle, waxing, creating, and now I shrink with the time. I didn't ask for this, but I too am a circle, waning, breathing. So this is the paradox of being a woman. To be maiden, mother, and crone all at once. To be unready, yearning, and unable to create life altogether. And so I am without. And so I have lost precious material. But my body is my own again. It feels so good to be alone again. And this one is called Jewelry Box. Sometimes I drive a long road to something like home just to see a face I know. And this eastern countryside is my jewelry box, my treasure chest. The emerald grasses and shoots of goldenrod, topaz beet and magenta blossoms of tourmaline. The clouds roll in like smoky quartz. The hills fill the horizon with sapphire. The fog is 1 billion microscopic pearls, and your amber eyes are petrified wood and animal fossils, buried somewhere between the infinity of the road and the endlessness of the sky. You wait for me there, always just on the horizon. I've tried for years now to uncover your artifact, but you're always reburying your ruby heart, the same way that earth breaks and folds over itself, burying centuries of stone.
Next up, we have Audrey Bonnie. Come on up. Are you a first time reader? Oh, give her Hello. I've recently just gone through a breakup. So these two poems are about my breakup. And excuse my voice if I'm shaky. I want new lips, ones you have not kissed, my first kiss ever. I couldn't stop smiling, but I want new lips. I want new skin, one that you've never touched. I remember our third date when I spent 13 hours with you watching movies and us sitting so close, and you asking me if I want to feel the texture that your tattoo left on your skin, as if I already didn't know, since at the time I had 4. I still want new skin. I want a new body, damn it. One you have not been inside of mentally, emotionally, and physically. Hair that you didn't run your fingers through when you were about to kiss me. Eyes that haven't looked into yours. A heart that never knew the pain of you falling out of love with me 4 months ago before we broke up. Mind that didn't believe the lies that you told me when I said I love you and I'm not going anywhere. Lungs that never felt how hard it was to breathe when I was crying at night trying to understand what I did to deserve this. New knees that never begged for you to love me back. A nose that doesn't remember the smell of your cologne. New toes, fingers, hands, feet, intestines, stomach, you name it. I want a new body, one you've not touched. I want a new mind, one you haven't broken. I have this emptiness in the bottom of my stomach where there was once love. It craves to be full, but I don't know if it will ever be full again. The tongue longs for the taste of my I love you and to wash it down with affection. My hands to be held, my lips to be kissed, to be embraced with words of affirmation, and to see
actions that correlate with the warmth of them. Without these, I am empty, and I don't want to be empty. Meanwhile, my heart is overflowing with all the love it has to give, and my mind is stepping over memories that are left on its floors. So much is going on, it's overwhelming. I am empty, overflowing, and a mess. I miss him. But I know that when his love was fed to me, the emptiness just grew. The broken promises that were hard to swallow. They would cut my throat going down, tears rolling down my cheeks from all the pain it was causing me. I would wipe them away with my hands and force a bloody smile. The emptiness in my stomach may never become full again. But I would rather feel empty than digest the broken promises I once called love.
We have about a couple more slots. Anybody has a burning, yearning, a poem deep down, a spoken word? Come on. Come on. What's your name?
Zach?
I don't know.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Let's look at 5. You want me to read 1? Here we go. 16,513 melodies. I don't know which ones I prefer to be in between. If the bass line walks away with me, take my neck by the leash. I'll strum the chords that I haven't played while I sing about the birds and the bees. You and I would fall down by the hills and the streams, comparing the twists and turns back to our original key. We'd feel the rhythm and the beat and the tempo speed. We'd feel the strings and the drums underneath our feet. The music of my heart is still beating. The order of the chords and words I knew you'd be. I hope music can take you far, far away. Well, no matter how fast I play, I'm going to judge myself anyway. Let it go, let it be, as they say. Please, dear music, take my place. Hold my hand and comfort me. Sing to me until thy dreams. Whisper sweet, sweet nothings. Can you be everything that I need? Can you fix all my problems right from the start? I need you right here in my arms, in my ears, and my heart. Will you sing along? Feel soul, rhythm, blues, harmony too. Our song together. The love you give to me knows no bounds. The smiles you show the world, have I ever seen you frown? When the paths of our lives cross, it takes me back to a simple time, a simple love. You and me, we've felt, we've listened. Can you hear me? Can I hear you now still? What are friends for anyway? To share the warmth, to share the pain, to share. Blink my eyes and see that there's nothing missing. I take it for granted. I know I've been guilty. So maybe I'll close my eyes and sing, embracing everything. I think I'm looking for reciprocity. F is for friends that do stuff together. R is for are you there? I can't help but comment on the weather. The truth is I'm barely here. If I close my eyes, would you stand real close? Would you whisper softly in my ear? Who are you? Who am I? I want to call you my friend. Would you reach out if you needed anything at all? Anything, big or small. I've had brothers, mothers, fathers, preachers, teachers. Would you reach out if you needed anything at all? Anything, big or small. I've had mothers, fathers, brothers, peers, preachers, teachers, and a shit ton of beer. I've had breezy moments, laughter, cheer, but I've also had my fears, like losing someone that I held so close. Strangers past that I used to know. I'm not alone, this is not my own. Family, friends, a beautiful home. is there to say? I've pushed you all away, I spat in your face, but you pulled me up, you pat my back. You say, kid, you haven't fucked up yet. Kid, you haven't fucked up yet. What more is there to be? I don't think I can get through this one in enough time, so I think I'll just come back later. Thanks.
Are you a first time reader?
A long time ago, I
Oh,
did
okay.
the same time, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, rededicate yourself. We got another one. We got one more. Is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we ready.
Okay.
Hello. This is our first time. So we're going to read a book from the anthology of poems that are performed out loud by us.
Hey, you should buy an anthology.
In this book.
But buy her book first. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to read yours first? I found it earlier. It's on page 32. I think I'm gonna get out. Oh, let's see, page. Dang, that was the wrong page. Do you remember it by heart?
No. Hey everybody. So I totally just came up here in English because I love Kim. I don't know if y'all have, met Kim as a human. She's just an amazing human. Truly, truly special. I've known her for probably about 5 years-ish. And we go way back, but if you ever need somebody to talk to, if you ever need somebody to really just accept you the way that you are, that really truly is what Out Loud stands for, and that's every bit of who Kim is. So thank you for doing this feature, because you're amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna read this because he finally found the poem. Do you have your poem? Or you just-
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm super unorganized. Okay, here. Alright, so this piece is called Distance. If absence makes the heart grow fonder, let absence only be a name. I can friendly refer to you as absence if that means I get to be next to you infinitely. Let distance be our first kiss and the memory be just as sweet as the moment. We danced the night away because we never wanted morning to exist. Your passions beam through the eclipses formerly known as your iris, and when our hearts collide, we're surefire. You are the galaxy that consumed me and gave me purpose. You became oxygen when I was certain life could no longer exist within me, even when you are lifetimes away from me. Your timing is perfect. Just like how God made the night sky and signed his name in every comment just for perks when you told me traveling would come with a cost. I never knew that it could be so rewarding. To know our hearts still manage to gravitate towards each other. Our souls maintain its axis even in different time zones. Our love has us on cloud 9 and manages to redefine gravity. Absence not only lives up to its name, but has taught me the beauty in learning how to exist with you, even when I'm without you.
Alright, now I'm gonna do a poem. I've known Kimberly, is it also 5 years? Or is it like 6? Yeah, I was gonna say like 6, maybe 7. Like it's been a minute. And Kimberly been dope the whole time. It's been ridiculous how dope she is. So I'm an organizer. I started a poetry group in Birmingham, in Tuscaloosa first. And the memorize poems, I don't memorize them in my head. They sound different, and then they have different words. So this will be fun to read this and see what I wrote versus what I got memorized in my head. All right. So last week, I was informed that when black people die and go to heaven, they will go through a purification process, and God will turn them white, like everybody else in heaven. Now, like real talk, when we get to these pearly white gates, we get a gold halo, white wings, a white robe, that's probably hooded, and the curse of Ham gets lifted. Now, before I chalk this up to the dumbest thing I've ever heard at a historically white college or university, I got a few questions, because who knows? They might be white. They might be right. First, does God turn us white before or after we get to heaven? Like when we die, does the black skin fall off our white bones, or do we Michael Jackson moonwalk off our melanin, strutting to a lighter shade? Do we remove our black like a coat? Does God hang it on the nearest tree while we all watch and pose for postcards? Is the halo actually a really fine-tooth comb that you can't fit on your head if your hair nappy? I mean, do they sell Blue Magic and Palmer's Cocoa Butter at the Angel Supermarket, or just mayonnaise? Or, that part wasn't in there. I don't know why just mayonnaise I didn't put in there, but I just added it because it's so funny. All right, or do we shed our skin to the sound of privilege seeping into our souls? After waking up morning after morning to streets paved with gold, because God apparently loves gold, do all these riches we obviously couldn't have afforded in our short lives make the black skin just want to crawl off our bodies? Is this what inheritance feels like? Question 2. If everybody white, do anybody clap on beat? 3. Is this what they did to Jesus when he died on the cross? All woolly-haired and whatnot, when he asked God why had he forsaken him, did God look back down and say, you should have been white? Don't know why you asked for colored, why you asked for all that excellence. You know it comes to the cross. No, don't get cross with me, young man. If you hang out with murderers and thieves, you will hang with them too. You know they're going to call you white when you save them anyway. They will wash you white as snow, clean you up for the camera. You know they say good deeds smell just like Clorox bleach and have the same effects. Watch them do you the same way they do history. Honestly, I don't think God would say all that, which is why I was asking the question. Last question. If God turns me white, what will I think about black people? Will I look at them the same way you look at me? If so, to hell with that. I'm not gonna lie. I did not read it. I was like, that word doesn't sound good. I just changed them. Thank you so much.
Well, that was a surprise.
My daughter, Sheila again. I wouldn't expect to see you all tonight. All right. Before I introduce formidable Miss Kimberly Casey, I'm going to read a short piece. And you know how, you write love notes and how they make you feel and how you're so in love with this person? Well, mine is the opposite. This is called an unloved note. When I first saw you, I knew you were not it, but you grew on me like fungus. Without you in my life became better. It's not me, but it's you. Being around you made me warm inside, almost burning with anger. As I looked into your eyes, there was deceit. Your lips dripped tangled words that contradicted your actions. I so unlove you. My heart raced from anxiety, my stomach quivered from anticipation. drama. When I looked at you, you disgusted me. I couldn't wait to be apart from you. Every second, every minute from you was peace. I love no. I try to be in our business, but you know, life is short, and if people don't make you happy, just delete and move on. Get them out your life. It'll hurt a little bit, but I'm telling you, your peace is everything. If they can't give you that, keep moving.
Yes. Preach.
Now, let me just say, I'm already sanitized, so let me step away. This woman right here, can y'all hear me in the back? Yeah. Y'all just give a hand for this woman right here. I like the acoustics in here, by the way. I really like it because you be loud and it just sounds so powerful. It's just amazing in here. But thank you for Straight to L. We appreciate it. Buy drinks, support them, tip, make donations. But Kimberly, when I first met you in 2017, I was looking for an outlet to share my words, my views, my poetry. And she's been consistent from day one. And that's kind of hard these days to find somebody who's just straight up consistent. You don't have to worry about, is she raining today? Is she's hot today? She's consistent and an honest person, a loving person. And I'm so happy that she's gotten her book that, celebrate her on tonight. Be sure to buy a book. You want me to support. She's a formidable force on this mic. I'm telling you, her words are so powerful. She rock climbs. She rocks. She's just amazing. And we just thankful for her vision that she had out loud. Out loud brought us together. Her vision, this is out loud. This is what brought us together. And we don't ever want to forget that. And we're just so grateful for this space and for everybody to have this outlet to be able to talk them, to be able to share their spoken word, their poetry. And it's because of this woman right here. Right here. Miss Kimberly.
Y'all like getting sad and shit? Yeah. Buckle up. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to Frankie for hosting. Give it up for Frankie. She's my favorite host, not myself, because that's just too much ego for one small body. But I am so grateful you're all here. I'm so grateful that I have a book to share with you all. This is a big deal. It's called Where the Water Begins. I started it during my thesis at my MFA program at Pacific University, and it is wild to see it come to life and be a real thing. And it is a lot about grief and mental health and addiction stuff, so take that trigger warning as you will, because we're going to dive into 30 minutes of feeling. Another flood. I sit here in the knowing but not knowing, the ghost of a possible tragedy lingering over my shoulder. In the morning, I steady my breath, return the call. The chimney stays tightly bound in a tarp. The buckets on the sunroom floor fill slowly, a drip like knuckles cracking or the smacking of gum. He overdosed. He did it in our bathroom. Joe did everything he could, but I leave work. I drive. I cry. I take Ativan, my heart a snatched tree branch, another love to lay to rest. The rain won't quit. The Tennessee River floods. Roads shift and split. The mountains are cracking. I keep shooting whiskey till I can't feel anything. The lake levels are too high. The dam hard at work to retain the excess. I drive to the boat ramp, but it's underwater, so I sit at the edge, the car idling, humming a soft hymn. I drive to the waterfall. So much force falling from the cliff, from the sky, the rain soaking my hair, the river washing my feet. I touch the edges of things I know could kill me. this is how I pray. I stare at the sky and wait for the clouds to form, telling myself, next time I'll be ready. I'll be able to save him. Just power through a bunch of this stuff. There was a couple years in my life where I lost a lot of people. And so as much as this is also about grief, this is about how we get through it and how we give ourselves what we need and how we honor our mental health and our healing and we do what we can to come back from those dark places. So, it's gotta be about that balance. Homemade hot sauce. The pepper plants keep producing after the first freeze of the year. Branches stiff with ice, weighted with ripe cayenne and habanero. Even though I haven't showered, stuck wearing the same stained black hoodie with torn thumb holes in the sleeves, I cook. Hot sauce, red pepper jelly, salsa, stir fries, anything to eat the abundance in the bottom of the crisper drawer. Every morning I pick more. Too many to keep up with, but I can't bring myself to uproot the plants. I pack Ziploc bags and give them to friends. I try to make jalapeno poppers. I envy the plants, alive and well, vibrant orange and red despite the turning weather. I don't want to unwrap myself from the gray blanket, but eventually I pull myself from the bed, shove my feet into worn slippers, take my medication, move to the kitchen. 1. De-seed and roughly chopped 12 peppers, saute with minced garlic, salt, and olive oil on low heat until softened. The pan scrapes against the eye of the stove as I occasionally stir. 2. Add 1 cup vinegar and bring to a boil. Add orange slices, mango, or other fruit if desired. The sour scent spreads and my eyes start to water. 3. Boil for 15 to 20 minutes until the peppers soften and begin to break down. I wash my hands but do not wipe my eyes. 4. Let the mixture cool. I swipe my phone with sticky fingers, but I don't know who to call. 5. Transfers to a blender or food processor. Blend on high until the mixture is as thin as you prefer. I dump the tangy concoction into the blender and the softened pulpy peppers spin and split. 6. Taste. Add more peppers if additional heat is desired. I play old voicemails. I keep myself alive. Coming in for a closer look, I see. We love to see it. It's kind of wild that this book is happening during such a large collective grief that we are all experiencing with this pandemic. So it was inevitable that it was going to kind of work its way into the poems and into the book here. So it's always amazing how personal things can become so universal and poetry can connect us all. So again, thank you all for being here. Waves from the wake. If you forget something, does it linger in your fifth vertebrae, a smoothed pebble causing you to pause, ask yourself how it got there, or is it called forgetting if you do it on purpose? With life jackets stripped off and folded into pillows, limbs tossed over each other, staring at the sky, we rock with the waves from the wake of a slow-passing pontoon without speaking. I want to forget the funerals, but I don't want to forget the people we buried. Today, we try to let go of the losses. Our fishing poles are pointed toward the water, but the lines aren't let out yet, no bait set. The hooks wait to snag the muscle of a mouth. We lay like this until the mosquitoes start sniffing for sweet blood before we can start killing them with chemicals, with our hands, leaving a graveyard glistening on the surface of the water. Sleepy and sunburnt, we return to shore, my cell phone buzzing and the car radio counting the number of people lost. And the world has always been dying, and we have been losing people every day. But now it's all we can look at. But at least we have this lake. At least we can row away from the ramp, unafraid of the water. So this book is available for purchase if you like to do that thing where you support artists doing their thing. For $17 simple dollars. She has amazing books coming out this year, so, and she has a contest opening up soon for publication if you are wanting to submit your book anywhere. So those are things that I should plug while I have a microphone in front of me. Buzz cut. A mountain of empty cans and cardboard boxes are stacked against the wall to maintain some suggestion of order. My credit card is on file at the front desk for the fourth night. Too many bodies in the bathroom waiting in line under the vanity lights, next to the coat-covered counter, my fingers collecting nests of hair before they fall to the floor. I am too skinny for the clothes I've wrapped around myself, hiding my shape in their folds. I keep repeating I love you to the strangers around me, imagining his face on their alert, alive bodies, smiling at our ability to stay awake through all of the act changes happening outside the room. The pulling of the plug, the removal of the bed, a huddled family with no reason to stay, unable to leave the last place he was breathing. After the funeral, we grieve with what killed him, taunting death. We say, just one more time for his memory, and then we'll stop. Tomorrow. But if you don't sleep, you don't have to wake up to a world where he is dead. Drunk driving to a drug deal, we've done it too many times, and I was so often in the passenger seat. This time I wasn't, and the highway sent his body home, catapulted from the Cadillac into the rain-soaked street. The passenger, pinned against the median, pushed his way out to call for help, collapsed. If they were here, in this motel room, I would tell the strangers to leave. I would ask the ghosts to forgive themselves while washing their hair. We're not all going to be sad. I'm going to bring you back up at the end. I'm going to bring you low. I'm going to make you feel bad. We're all going to come back up together and we're going to have a beer. It's going to be fucking awesome. Keeping fit. The gym has no man's land painted over the door to the women's only workout room. I keep my hood up until I'm inside. Each machine in the room with peeling leather and cracked paint. Each woman in the room with eyes low, headphones on. I started going to the gym when I started drinking again to keep a balance inside my body. I still feel guilty. I run until I can no longer feel my legs, until I cannot see through my matted hair, until I don't feel like yesterday. I curl weights up towards my chin. My arms ache and my heels dig into the ground, and there is a strength in my stubbornness. My phone chimes with alerts from work, from my emails, from my husband. I try to type while on the bike, hoping I can sweat some meaning out of my skin, write a draft of a poem I'll never revise. Some things don't get finished. The trick is to not let them keep you up at night. We're going back to the brewery later. That's this brewery. where I'll talk about the gym. Fishing for something to settle my shame. My skin is breaking out. My eyes always irritated. I am working on the wrong muscles. I am always tired, but never sleeping. I am always exercising, but never strong enough to recover what that night took from me. I blame my body for all the wrong things. I take responsibility in the wrong direction. I just want to control something. Before I fall asleep, I set my alarm. I stretch my arms up above my head. I stand on my toes, feeling the tearing of muscle. The neighbor's porch light peeks in my bedroom window. The space heater glows red, clicking as coils struggle to heat this night. I gotta give a lot of love to all my straight tail people who have collected to this side of the room, and of course Jeannie at the back of the bar, who was amazing. Please tip her if you can. I started my MFA program where I was also like working full-time here, and I was like, I want to do this. It's not going to distract me that much. And then like my whole life got super crazy, and it was just like wild. But every single person here was so supportive and like kept lifting me up every time I needed it. So it's kind of amazing that we're here in this space tonight. It makes me feel really good. It feels like family. So thanks you guys. You're pretty cool. Turns out you're all right. I'll keep you around. This next poem starts with an epigraph from the poem Creed by Kwame Dawes, who was one of my advisors at Pacific University and an amazing, amazing poet. It says, "This is how you make your world small enough for you to wake up each morning and breathe." And this is called "This Too is a Sacrament." Run before the sun comes out, before the humidity drags your lungs to the pavement. Once you catch your breath, head to the backyard garden and touch each plant. Inspect for new life, admire the way the vines find new directions for growth. Keep them from crowding and smothering each other. Sling the satchel across your back, pick blueberries, dropping them into the bag, producing a simple staccato percussion. Rather than taking one at a time, let your fingers curl around the bunches and pull. Forgive yourself for the ripe ones you let slip to the earth. The birds and the squirrels will clean up your messes, and you have enough harvest to fill a freezer. When you sit down to sip your coffee, read the news. Put a bowl of fresh blueberries next to your left hand. Every time you read of a new death, put a new berry into your mouth. Notice how full you become. Notice how life can be pulped between your own white teeth. And even though you haven't eaten red meat in 11 years, that doesn't mean you didn't inherit incisors. Leave the juice dripping from your lips. When you put on your mask and go to the protest, remember the stains that you've made that others cannot see. Remember that pulling out your own teeth won't undo the damage of the past. Slide some political stuff in there. This poem I wasn't going to read, and then all the Texas stuff was happening with the crazy abortion ban. So I was like, well, that's not good that we're still having this conversation and that women's bodies aren't their own. So here's a poem about that. It's called Heartbeat. When I discovered it would be easier for me to develop cysts and scars than get pregnant, I asked the doctor to take away the damage. I knew I wouldn't need the uterus anyway. She said I was too young, too unwed to be certain. I've never wanted to bring children into this world. If I did get pregnant, it is likely I'd miscarry and be persecuted for the potential loss of life. I claim my hometown as a defense mechanism every time Alabama makes national news. My mother calls me, says I can always move back home. I tell her if everyone in their right minds leave the South, what happens to the kids who aren't old enough to leave, or the people without the means to move? I remind my mother that the misogyny of men reaches deep across state lines, reaches deep into our memory. My father doesn't talk about it. His God hears every heartbeat and calls it life. I don't even know what time I started, so if you just get tired, you just start yawning and I'll notice and I'll just wrap this. I tabbed this whole thing like I had like a very organized situation going on, and like we can stray from that, so I might just kind of mess around a little bit here. This poem was in Poetry Magazine. I'm a pretty good teacher. Yeah, crazy. And I guess you don't know that you've made it big until someone writes you an email totally misinterpreting one of your poems. And so that happened with this poem. Apparently someone read this and was like, "You're anti-mask." And I was like, "No, dude, not at all, actually. I believe we should take care of each other at whatever cost that means." Golden hour. When you caught one to keep, we took it home, and I asked you to teach me. You showed me how to spike the brain. I thanked the fish, looked away, pressed down. You bled it, shaved away scales, severed meat from bone. I'm afraid of leaving my loved ones alone. Flying into an endless sunset the next day, a soft glow through the window, and every passenger is glazed a smooth bronze. Every other seat empty, each face masked, some simple fabric, others medical-grade filtration set beneath serious eyes. No one here talks much. Bodies pull away from the aisle each time a passenger scurries by. If a plane crashes in the middle of a pandemic, would the world make a sound? How do we grieve one loss among so many? Yesterday, the breeze caught the water, making waves beneath the boat, and you swayed, staring out towards the setting sun, skin slick with sweat, bronzed in the light, bouncing under the bridge where you waited for something to bite. I told you I didn't understand the need to maim something just to send it swimming back below with a taste of blood. You said, we are all violent. It's about finding the way out that does the least damage. making me slightly uncomfortable, but that's okay. I don't know how to take compliments.
You're awesome.
I wasn't recording. Christina's book cover is great. Yeah, thank you. Again, I really appreciate you all being here and supporting Out Loud. A lot of you have been supporting Out Loud since 7 years ago, I think. We're almost 8, we'll be 8 in April. So that's wild that this journey has been going on for so long. Again, donate if you can. There's a bucket in the back of the room, and you can donate through our website, which is outloudhsb.com. And it's just an honor and a privilege every time I get to see all of you come together and support this space and share your words. So thank you to everyone who read tonight. Thank you, of course, for Frankie for hosting. And I got a couple more for you. I don't know what we'll call it. Bottle cap collector. There are so many almosts my mouth has swallowed that holding my tongue becomes my native language. The warped wood of the deck is still swollen with the weeks of rain that I lie flat on my back and let the sun beat my bones, pull off my shirt, nest it under my heavy head, letting my spine sink between the slats and stare at the bare trees above, waiting for the exact moment that death becomes bloom, and I wonder if my own body holds the same power. I still miss the man that walked with me the last time depression burrowed in this deep. I wonder what could have been if I was more prepared, if I had been going to therapy before we met, was medicated. I imagine an alternate reality where I asked for his keys just minutes sooner. This is the first day of sun where I don't feel like I don't deserve it, where I don't feel so responsible for his death. I still wonder why I called that night for the first time in months, and why I happened to be just an hour too late. I memorized the surface of this blame, a tongue interrogating a wounded cheek. I pick up every stray bottle cap I can find and work the worry of my thumb into them, hoping to send a signal to their missing body. You guys doing good? I mean, like maybe 2 more? That seems right. About the attention span that we've got for poems.
All night.
All night? It's not as long as a novel. I can't cover to cover together. Everybody, get another drink. This one was also in Poetry Magazine. And also about this brewery. It's called Irish Goodbye. Green beer tilts towards the rim of my plastic cup as I dig into my bag to find my phone. Rising from the picnic table bench, I answer my mother's call, trying to find a quiet corner of the bar, but it's St. Patrick's Day. Cheers and chattering fade as I cross the parking lot. I stick to the tar when she tells me, your uncle is in the hospital on the transplant list for a new liver. He's denying doing the damage to himself. I've had 2 Irish car bombs, 2 stouts, 1 green ale. She'll text me with updates. I stumble back to the table. Someone tells me they love me and I can't look at their face. I am the family I come from. I let a few tears tumble to the dark wood after I order another shot and a beer, although I'm already not sitting straight. I bum cigarettes, flicking the lighter in my left hand, sparking and fading. I would give him a piece of my own organ if I could, if we matched, even though we stopped speaking years ago. He once told me if his house was on fire, he wouldn't want a woman firefighter to come, since she would be too weak to save him. I wonder if he feels that a woman's liver would be too weak for his broken, bloated body. Since we stopped speaking, his house did burn down. I never got to ask who saved him. My anger weaves itself around my ribs, catching everything I wish I could say. I stand up to smoke, settle on the edge of the table to tell stories of his lake house, drinking vodka out of soda cans on the boat as he opened another bottle of wine, the sun barely past its peak. It's easy to act like we're different people until I order another beer and black out. What in our body begs us to drown ourselves? Someone kisses me on the cheek as I dangle my feet off the edge of the table, imagining the days on the end of the dock, dragging our toes to the ink-stained lake. I pick at a splinter in my palm, prodding the pain. I don't remember leaving. I don't think I said goodbye. Just stumbled down the sidewalk to the next bar. Cool. One more poem. Does that feel good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll bring you back up. A little bit, not too much. Yourselves. Then go home with some feelings. Beauty and broken things. The mouth wants us to remember the names of the soft things we used to pray to. It craves becoming an altar, hosting the notes of totems behind teeth. I feel like I'm only my mouth these days, reciting exit strategies and crisis management while forgetting the body propelling me. Today, I nourish my mouth. Plump mulberries, fresh plucked, ripe cherry tomatoes, the biting bitter of a halved grapefruit. Murmur mantras into a mirror. Stop smoking, or the second time, stop drinking again. I'm tired of feeding myself only broken things. I want to stop repeating the wounds, and instead remember the beauty. Witness the good among the garbage. Recycled art exhibiting all around me, if I could only stop to see it. Kiss my love's temple. Try to smile towards the sun like the newly planted peppers reaching for their light. Take my medication without guilt. Stop gnawing on fingernails. Floss. Sing. Laugh. Yawn. Rub balm onto my chapped pink lips and quit biting at the broken. Let my tongue float to the floor of my unclenched jaw. Praise it for its resilience. Kiss my palms. Holy is the healing that we do for no one else but ourselves. Thanks, guys. Thank you again for being here tonight. Give it up one more time for everyone on the open mic. And keep it going for Frankie Allen, everybody. And as always, be safe tonight. Thank you again for being here. We love you. Bye. Bye.